What an absolutely beautiful tree we have here at the South Carolina Welcome Center, located off of Highway 17, just outside of North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And that's kind of what I'm getting into today. We're going to go to the North Myrtle Beach area, but to be a little bit more on point, we're going to visit the small beach community of Cherry Grove. Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I don't know what we're going to see today, but we're going to see some stuff. And me and my wife are pretty hungry, and I know we're going to get some food. So I'm inviting you to come along with me on this little adventure as we head over to Cherry Grove and check out some good stuff. Small community. Should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and begin. So the swing bridge is swung out. The road is closed at the moment. So we're just gonna have to wait our turn. This is really cool because we just did a video here recently about the old swing bridge that was used over at Sunset Beach. And this here's one of the last swing bridges around in these parts. So pretty cool to see it in action. All right, you can see the bridge is swinging back in place. I gotta admit, it moves a little bit faster than I thought it would. I've never actually got to see one of these things in action before, but that's pretty quick. It's not too bad. And at the moment it's about 4:09 in the PM in the evening. So I don't know if this is one of the ones that they swing it around like hourly, or did it just so happen to be about 4 o'clock when we got here and it was already swung open for boats to pass through. Really cool. All right, the gates are up. Looks like everything is about good to go now. There's the last gate rising there. The lights are green, and here we go. This is really cool. It's the small things. All right, it is time to eat. I've made my way into the Cherry Grove area. This here is called Old South Barbecue Company. And it does say best butts on the beach. Right there, the sign. That is pretty cool. I seen this place and I'm thinking, heck yeah, I have got to stop here and get myself not any barbecue. No, you know me. I'm getting a cheeseburger, Carolina style. That's the way we do it. So that's what we're going to do today. This is an epic looking spot. I love this place. Yeah, I'm a little weird today. Everybody else is taking in the air condition, but I like eating outside. Right here we got the burgers, hot dogs, ribs, wings. Obviously they're known for their barbecue, but I just wasn't in a barbecue mood today, so we stopped here to try out some burgers. And they got this cool little old boat over here, but check out the hot dog. Now that right there is a relic. That is retro awesomeness. Hot dog holding some mustard. This thing has seen better days. It's got some wear to it, but I love it because it gives it character. And I just realized the hot dog is like wrapped in an American flag as we walk around the backside of this. That is just too cool. Yeah, American style. What's more American than a hot dog? Okay, and this is what we're dealing with. Look at this burger. Look at that bun right there. That thing's got some sheen to it. Just gonna look up underneath there. Right there's the toppings, the Carolina style goodness with the mustard, chili slaw, a little bit of onions. And this here is our onion rings. Those things look very tasty also. All right, so we're gonna try out one of these onion rings first. Look at that thing. It's actually got a little baby onion ring in the middle of it. That's really good. Okay, and here is our burger. Let's dive into this monstrous thing. Gotta say, I'm really liking the chili. Okay, so that's how the burger is coming along. Very tasty. Really nice, really digging the chili, the slaw, the mustard, everything is going together nicely. Last bite. All right, so that will do it for our food. Got my belly full. Now it's off to another staple that is here in Cherry Grove. It's an IGA store, a grocery store that's been here since the 1940s. Has quite a cool history to it. I'm gonna tell you about it when we get there. People that come to Cherry Grove often probably know the name of the store, but people like me who do not frequent the area, it was really neat to read about this place, and now we're gonna go visit, go inside, and see what it has to offer to the community. And it seems like it's got a lot to offer, because it is big, very big grocery store. All right, I have made it to Boulineau's. Right here it is, a food store, the IGA. This very large store has a little bit of everything on the inside of it. But just to give you a little background, this store's been here since 1948, and it was started by Jean Boulineau. And it was just a small family-run grocery store serving the quiet fishing community of Cherry Grove before the area became a busy tourist destination. As we're fixing to walk inside to give you a quick little tour around, in 1954, Hurricane Hazel demolished Cherry Grove, and it also wreaked havoc and destroyed the Boulineau's grocery store. But the family was very resilient, ended up building the store back, and still to this day, it is a mainstay here in Cherry Grove Beach. All right, I made it inside Boulineau's, and we have us a message up here. It says, please visit our second floor. Floral gifts, general merchandise, a lot of good stuff up there. We will be headed up there shortly, but first we're going to hang out here in the lower quadrant and kind of check out what we have downstairs. I think this is mainly the grocery store part, and they do have an elevator right here where you can go upstairs. Okay, so the downstairs area is what you would imagine with a grocery store, with cereals. They got beers, drinks, wines, all kind of condiments. Right here is your fruit juices, Gatorades, pickles, olives, all that good stuff, your sauces, a lot of good things. And they also have some chicken here. But speaking of food, they do have like a bakery and a food area where you can gobble up some fried chicken and a little bit more southern home cooking type of meals. All right, I made my way over here into the food area, and the first thing off, we have some wedding cakes right here. Yes, you can go to Boulineau's and get some wedding cake made for your special day right here. Right there's some of the prices. That's kind of what you're looking at. Really nice looking cakes, so I gotta say, man, I love cakes, and these are really awesome looking. And check this out. I have a friend of mine, Barry. He's a bit of a golfer. He would probably totally love a cake like that. Okay, and right over here is Elizabeth's Kitchen. And right here's where you can find mashed potatoes, gravy, all that good southern food you can get right over there. And then they also have like a salad bar area right here behind me. It's got a lot of good choices on here also. And right here's some of their fresh baked donuts. Some options. Now it's later in the day right now, so obviously a lot of their donut options, and they even have some sticky buns down there. A lot of stuff is kind of sold out at this point, but they still have some goodie stuff. We got a bunch of cookies. Look at that right there, gourmet white chocolate macadamia nut. I'm a big fan of that. Oh my goodness, look at that right there. That is called a snowball. Look at that thing. And then right next to it, we have the red velvet square. Look at that. Look at all that cream cheese in that bad boy. And then come right over here, and they got this thing called a devil dog. That right there, yeah, that'll make a devil out of you, because that right there looks very rich and very yummy. A quick little overview of the food area. Just to kind of give you a lay of the land, this here is the food area. Right down there is a salad bar. Right over there is the hot kitchen area. We can get some food. They got prepared foods. And right down below us here, this here is the wedding cakes and the bakery area. So yeah, they got you covered. So now the only thing left to do is we're going to go up the stairs now and see what's up here. See what kind of shopping, what kind of shirts and things they have available for purchase here at Boulineau's. All right, I made my way upstairs now. They got some paintings up here, some really cool looking artwork. And this is really cool because this right here, I think this is the same pineapple fountain that I've seen in Charleston, South Carolina, which is a couple hours away from this area. I actually have a friend of mine who lives there. YouTube's own Dudes and Dudes. This is his neck of the woods. He probably notices that fountain. I think he's been there a time or two. Oh, I absolutely love the lamp. Well, hello there, Captain Stubing, Howard, Gopher, and Doc. Permission to come aboard, sir. I had to do it. I gotta say, they have a plethora of different items up here. Outdoor decor, indoor decor, and some decor that probably wouldn't be allowed in my household. I don't know. Is it cold in here or is it just her? And they do have a large area of plush toys here at Boulineau's. Really nice. They also have the very famous toy line Playmobil. I know my wife and some of her younger nephews and nieces growing up, they did a lot of the Playmobil stuff. All right, this is really cool right here. We got Jenga. We got all kinds of games in here. They got Sorry. They got Barbie Monopoly. They got, oh my God, they got Super Mario Life. I have never seen some of this stuff. Is this like a thing today? I do remember Operation. That game used to mess me up when I was a kid, man, because it scared the crap out of me when I would do a bad job and it would vibrate and his little nose would go red. I know you know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, check out this. John Wayne-opoly. I have never seen John Wayne-opoly before. What in the heck? Check that out. Look at the little pieces, the metal tokens down here that you use to play John Wayne-opoly. The Duke has his own Monopoly board. That is so awesome. My goodness, they have plenty of puzzles for you if you are a person who enjoys puzzles. All kinds, all colors, shapes, sizes, count. They got you covered. Wow. Okay, right down below us is the grocery area of the store. Right down there is their chips and stuff like that. Right here, this area that I'm in now is all t-shirts. T-shirts galore right here. They have a lot of t-shirts, different straw hats that, you know, some of them says Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on them. Right there is my favorite. I love the good vibes thing. I don't know what it is about it, but I really like that a lot. So we're going to go back here and see what kind of stuff they got kind of hidden on the other side of these t-shirts. Man, look at that shark. That is wow. That is very bright and vibrant. Okay, right over there is where the t-shirts actually end. And then back here you have a bunch of like light coats and jackets and things like that. Some pullovers, hoodies, things like that is what you're going to find here in this spot. Okay, so that's going to pretty much do it for the upstairs store area, but I'm not going to leave this area quite yet because they do have this little like food eating area right here. They got some fountain drinks over here, some teas, and look, they got some steps. I think those steps actually take you upstairs to the Lighthouse, like the lookout area for the store. Wow, it's a lot of steps, and it is hot up here. Whew, man. It is warm up here because there is no AC whatsoever. But I am in the Lighthouse lookout area of Boulineau. I don't know if we can go outside. Okay, unfortunately, you cannot go outside. The door is actually locked. But all in all, it's still really, really cool. When I come into town, I actually come down this road from that direction. That is where we came from. Right here behind me, you can actually see the Atlantic Ocean. It's just right there. Sorry about the windows. They are kind of fogged up looking, but you can look off there in the distance, see the ocean. And once we leave here, we're going to be headed that direction, which is going to be east. And we're going to go down to the point here shortly and do a little walk around down there and see what we can find. All right, my friends, that is going to do it for Boulineau's. Now we are going to get on out of here and move a little bit further to the east that I was talking about. There's some stuff down there I want to go see. There is a hidden gem of beauty down there, kind of a secluded area at the end of Ocean Boulevard, which stretches all the way down past Myrtle Beach. A lot of people, that's where people used to do all their cruising at. Well, Ocean Boulevard actually ends. The end of Ocean Boulevard is in Cherry Grove. So we're going to make our way down there. Hopefully we can find some parking, and then we're going to make our way out to this hidden gem, the Cherry Grove Point. Let's do that. I think that's going to be really cool. Okay, I have made it down here to the end of Ocean Boulevard. And you'll never believe it. Somebody has some bird feeders down here, and I just spooked the birds out. Right there goes a few of them right now. But this is what it looks like when you make it to the end of Ocean Boulevard. Have a big old stop sign right here. Kind of looks like the entrance to the Bat Cave from the old Batman TV show. Look at this place. It's just kind of hidden between two stop signs. Right here's one, and right there's the other. And this is the way we're headed. And there is a mailbox here. It's 6312. That is the mailbox number. I'm not opening that because I think that's really a a real mailbox with mail in it probably. That would not be good to even touch that mailbox. So this is really bizarre. I'm sitting here walking out the trail and look at this old car just sitting right here underneath the trees, like it's been here for quite some time. And then as we walk out the trail a little bit, there's like a house, a structure right here. And everything is like completely almost abandoned maybe. Look at that. It's a little bit creepy. There is somebody's boots, so maybe somebody is actually living there. Who knows? But this is kind of spooky in that horror way. So right here is the back side of the house. Look at that. It's like all abandoned, super creepy-fied in there. There is no way yours truly, no matter how bad I want to do it, is walking in there. Ain't happening. Man, this is kind of cool out here, but I'm so fascinated with this little like beach house bungalow just kind of hidden right there in all that greenery and growth. I did not expect to see that. You know, I did a little bit of research before I got here. I was looking at Google Maps kind of to get my bearings of where the trail's located and stuff, but yeah, that's crazy. But look at that ocean out there. This is kind of nice. I can see why people like this. The beach is very wide down here, and it looks like the ruins of an old pier is off into the distance. Maybe Hurricane Ian or something or other might have done a lot of damage and knocked that pier down. They just never revived it. Okay, so right over there is where the line of sand dunes is located. And there was a very interesting thing here in Cherry Grove years past called the Angel Statue. And I don't really know where that used to sit. I don't know if it was here close by. There, it said something about dunes, so it could have been these dunes. But a little backstory, the statue was known as Andy's Angel, also nicknamed the Angel of Hope statue. It was placed by local resident Mae Jepson in August of 2023 along Walking Path Trail at Cherry Grove Point. It served as a heartfelt tribute to her late brother Andy and quickly become a spot where visitors left shells, mementos, and other tokens in memory of loved ones. So that's a really neat story, the Angel of Hope, named after her brother. That is really, really cool. But however, the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control determined that the statue was drawing too much foot traffic and were harming the sensitive dune ecosystem, and they flagged violations of state regulations protecting the dune areas and initially ordered the statue to be removed at the end of April 2024. So we missed it by about a year in several months. But I seen some pictures of it. It was a really cool statue. I wonder why they didn't just move it. Like if it was too close to the dunes and was causing harm, why didn't they move it to another area? I mean, it's a point. I mean, look at the point. Look at this. It is very flat. Seems like there's a lot of places that you could probably put a statue out there that wouldn't actually hurt the sand dunes itself. Check that out there. It is definitely low tide. This is just absolutely crazy. And I'm here to tell you something right now. I would imagine this place is a gem, not just to visit, but to find sand dollars. Because I have seen a lot of little fragments of sand dollars during my walk out through here. I would imagine if you come out here early in the morning, before anyone else, you have to get up here maybe at sunrise maybe, and take a little walk, little beach walk up here on this point. Oh my gosh, I bet you can find some really good sand dollars. And that makes perfect sense because just a few miles in that direction is Sunset Beach. Bird Island is a great location to find sand dollars. I have had my best luck finding sand dollars on that beach. And I was even lucky enough to document it in a video one time. I actually waded out in the water, very similar to this tide pool right here. Looked down at my foot, and lo and behold, there was a whole sand dollar perfect right there beside my foot. I reached down, picked it up, and it was not like white yet. So I just put it back in the water, you know, because it is a living thing. So I just left it alone. I did not take it home or anything like that, but it was still really awesome to see. And this is so cool. This little body of water right here, I looked up on Google Maps, it's called Hog Inlet. And I wonder why they called it Hog Inlet. Maybe they got wild hogs down here? Don't really know. But just thought that was an interesting name for an inlet. It's just really cool out here, man. You got families, just little get-togethers, people over there fishing. This young fella here, he's out here on his bicycle. Oh man, his chain is going to be rusty. But yeah, this is really, really neat stuff, man. What a cool little place. All kind of different species of birds I've been seeing flying around. And they even have a lifeguard stand down here, which I think is a big plus. Try to keep swimmers and stuff safe. Even though they got the red flag up today, you really shouldn't be in the water when you see that red flag. And it looks like for the most part people are taking heed to that. As you can see, my wife and my little niece up there, they're playing in sand. Who knows what they're getting into. My niece, I'm sure for every answer my wife gives her right now, there is another question. That's the cool thing about children. Always learning. They're like little sponges. Look at that dog out there with that family walking around, man. He is in heaven. Hog heaven. And that's a good fitting way to describe that, because he's on Hog Inlet right now. He is actually walking through Hog Inlet here at Cherry Grove. Pretty cool. Really an awesome spot. I had a great day today. But I think this is where we're going to wrap up our little video today and bring it all to an end. What a great day. Got a pretty daggone good hamburger. Really enjoyed the chili. Hamburger was pretty good. Nothing wrong with it. Just not up to some of the ones I've had in the past in and around, but they're a barbecue joint. So they're kind of known for their barbecue. I know when I walked in there, the lady said, hey, we got some fresh ribs that just come off the smoker, you know. And I'm like, well, she said, what would you like to order? And I said, I want a cheeseburger, and I want that thing Carolina style. Get me? You know what I mean? And she just smiled. She goes, oh yeah, I know. And the reason I said it like that, because on the menu itself, it said it's a Carolina thing or Carolina style, and they named what toppings it was. They just called it all the way. But I just said it like that, you know, to get a smile out of her, and it worked, you know, so cool. But I think this is just a really beautiful area down here. Is the sunshine, it just broke through those clouds up there. Look at the birds. Man, they're going crazy. There's somebody actually feeding these birds, because these things are flocking like crazy down here on this point. Right over there where that family is. You know they're dishing out some goodness, some goodies. That being said, I'm all done today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you on my next adventure. And this was a nice one today. I'm digging it. I kind of don't want to leave, but I know I still have about an hour or so drive to get back home. And somebody's birthday is like tomorrow, and they've stated they want some ice cream. So when it's people's birthday, you just kind of make it happen. So we got our vlog in today. Next up, we're probably going to go to the Celtic Creamery and get some ice cream for a certain birthday gal. And she's walking right out that way, right in front of me. They're headed back to the truck, and so am I. So long, Cherry Grove. It's been nice.